You're now live.
Good morning.
Hello. Ah! Sorry. Oh, these aren't working.
None of them.
There we go.
Because there was nothing on.
The delay?
No, there was nothing on. I was pushing the button, but it had I had to shut off the satellite. Ooh, these are
like, hello. Well, with these, I wasn't sure.
There's nothing coming on.
They've been a little wonky.
Hi, Ace.
Morning, Dad.
Hi, Sandra.
Hello. I don't see. I'm sharing everything. There she is. Good morning, Sandra. Hi, Echo. Hi, Gloria. Ernie. You know, Ernie's retiring from Southwest Lumber.
Really?
I think they're doing the countdown.
All right, you ready?
Yep. Welcome to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer Blackwell.
And I'm Teresa Straub.
We are here live on Z93, Outlaw Country, your two favorite radio stations.
Is that better?
Much better. Is that my microphone?
Yeah, it was. It didn't go all the way, I guess. I was like, what is going on?
Good morning. I'm Jennifer Blackwell.
And I'm Teresa.
You can catch us weekdays from 9 to 10 on Z93 in Outlaw Country. You can always stream the show. Maybe you're doing some traveling. Go to monstermediayuma.com. Click the Listen Live button on each of our stations. Or you can always watch the show on Facebook Live. You can do so on my personal page. It is open to the public.
Yes.
Or the station page. We do share the link there also.
Yes, we share the link there, but if you do not currently follow us on Facebook Live, we encourage you to do so. It's just a way to get a behind the scenes of what goes on when Z93, Outlaw Country, and MonsterMediaYuma.com all go to commercial break, Jennifer and I stay live the entire hour.
Hey, tonight's first night of Monday Night Football.
Woohoo!
You can celebrate with the Fun Factory. Enjoy 2 games tonight when New York takes on Detroit. Then it's LA playing the boys from Oakland. Fun Factory's having a free raffle drawing. Food and drink specials go every week and you're entered into a special drawing. It's double football nights starting at 4:10 p.m. at the Fun Factory.
Sounds like fun.
Now, it was a big sports weekend overall.
Mm-hmm. Yes, not a very productive one for our teams, but it was a big weekend for sports. And you got to go and enjoy the game.
Dang Braves. Oh, I would have been content with the split, with the 4, 2 game takeaway for each one. No, they had to take 3 out of 1. But they didn't, they didn't take all 4. There's that. Yeah. There's that silver lining.
How did you enjoy the game?
It was fun. Now, we had the 4 tickets from the station, and then we purchased 1 ticket a little bit closer. And it was it was row 16. So it was quite a bit closer, but it was seat number 1, so this random seat on the aisle. And Jeff and I were kind of rotating back and forth. And I went back to sit up with the rest of the crew and traded with him. And I hadn't posted anything because the signal is kind of weird in there, even using the Wi-Fi.
It is. I actually usually turn off the Wi-Fi with my phone network. It's usually pretty good that way, but it is. I forgot to tell you to turn off the Wi-Fi.
Well, I saw a notification from my cousin Reba, and she lived here for a little while. Her husband worked in the area, and she was a nurse here. They moved to Texas. Well, she commented on a friend's post. One of her friends said, "We're enjoying the Diamondback game," and she goes, "Hey, that's my family from Yuma behind you guys."
Oh my goodness.
She tagged me. So I'm kind of looking forward. And this lady looks back at me, and I go, "Hey, that's you." And she goes, "How do you know Reba?" I go, "She's my cousin." Well, they're from our home community area. It's kind of like Somerton, Yuma, everyone's close together.
It's a small world.
And they had tickets from KATO, which is the AM station I started with many, many eons ago.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there. It's always nice to run into people from your hometown because you find out who you have in common.
Well, it's so funny. That's just shows you the power of social media.
I mean, it is. Well,
that is so hilarious.
Then some other people, it's like Radio Row. They put all the station tickets together. some individuals from Sedona, they won tickets from a radio station at a golf tournament, and one of the gentlemen was 6'9".
Oh my goodness!
So he was a very tall fella.
I'm sure he wasn't very comfortable in those seats.
Well, he actually sat a row in front of them because no one was sitting there yet. So he was trying to be respectful of the people behind him so they could see over him.
Yeah, definitely.
And he kind of has a little bit, he slouches in the seat because he knows it's going to be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we all started just visiting after a while anyway, and they were turned around, and I found this conversation very interesting. He's been with his lady friend, because I don't know if they're married, for about a year. She's from California. And they met via one of the dating apps, and she thought it was a typo where it said he was 6'9". He goes, "No, I assure you, I am indeed 6'9".
Well, and you never know if you want to believe those things either.
This turned into a conversation about texting, especially our younger people, and the kind of things people are soliciting back and forth without even knowing an individual. Some very personal stuff. And the man is a coach, and I don't know what district. I don't know if he lives in Sedona or if that's where the golf tournament was just being held. And the team he was coaching, a young lady who played for one of the girls' athletic teams sent a full frontal photo of herself to one of the young men on the team.
Oh my goodness.
He shared it with everyone on the team. So it spread through school very quickly. The boys' athletic team made it to the playoffs, and the coach forfeited because he says, "None of you have earned that."
No.
How is that for a message?
Yeah, really.
That is good for him.
They think that there's no ramifications for behaviors like that too. So that just really this was a conversation, a baseball game we're having too, by the way. So there was baseball going on in the background, but
wow. That just goes to show you.
Kudos to him.
Yes, kudos to him for doing that, because that just proves that there is still people out there that are going to, no matter. It's not worth winning those games. They need to teach these kids a lesson.
Exactly.
And this girl made a decision, and now it's going to be out there for everyone to see. It's not going away.
It was just a busy weekend overall. You feeling better?
Feeling much better.
Okay.
I may not sound better, but I feel a million times better.
It's about how you feel.
I feel a million times better.
Well, we took Grandma and Phyllis to the airport yesterday. Grandma's going back to Iowa a little bit early. Her 100th birthday's coming up on October 14th. She's going to spend some time with the girls out there. So we took them to the airport. Their plane had mechanical troubles. They were going to they flew from Yuma to Phoenix, 1 hour layover, then it was going to be direct into Omaha. Well, they routed to Denver and then Charlotte, and they're supposed to arrive. I'm thinking they'll be there in about 15 minutes based on the time difference.
Crossing our fingers.
Yes, it's like that's a long trip for anyone, much less someone who's 99 and 9/10.
But you know what? I like I said, she's pretty mobile.
Yeah, Grandma gets around pretty darn good.
Exactly.
I only hope that I'm rocking it like her.
Well, you know what? At 99, she got to travel to all those places. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Whether she got to actually see them or not, that's a different story.
Well, she's actually pretty well traveled too.
Yeah.
She's been a lot of different places.
Well, that's great.
Today is September 10th, and we have a very full show for you.
We do.
We're going to announce our Firehouse Subs birthday winner for the week for last week's birthday entries. We are also going to be having a studio full of guests pretty much throughout most of the hour. First, we will have from the Yuma Center for Spiritual Living, we have Judy Gresser and Carolyn Bennett. We're going to talk about the little free library and pantry that they have.
Yes.
You may have seen videos going around about this. And then we also have 3 guests. September is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, and we are going to be having 3 women in the studio to talk about their journeys and share very, very pertinent information.
Definitely.
Patty Serkin, Mia Jones, and Lora Dana will be our guests for that segment.
Sounds good.
Well, today is National Swap Ideas Day.
I think we do that a lot.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
We do that a lot.
It's all about collaboration, community, friends, just sharing ideas with one another.
We do it a lot with food. I know that we swap ideas with recipes. We're constantly, what did you do? Oh, I'm going to have to try that. We swap ideas all the time.
Think about what social media is, too. It's the sharing of pretty much everything, sometimes a little too much.
Yes,
swapping the recipes and humor. I just sat this morning, you heard me laughing from my office.
Yes.
It's the most random stuff I laugh at, too. Well, today is National Boss and Employee Exchange Day. It's a day to kind of just trade shoes for a little bit. Not literally, more of a figurative.
I was going to say, those are a little big.
No. We'll see what the other side of the aisle's like. Just have an opportunity to step in there. And today is National TV Dinner Day. I love the trivia behind this day.
What sodium is in a TV dinner, Anita?
437,000
I know she's going to say something.
Of sodium.
A typical TV dinner. I don't know. We don't eat TV dinners, but I would say it's going to be over 1,000.
It's
Probably
a lot.
12 to
It's well over the daily recommended
Yeah.
intake.
Yes.
Well, National TV Dinner Day is observed annually on September 10th, and in 1953, C.A. Swanson and Sons were about to forever change the prepackaged meal business. They introduced the TV dinner, and it revolutionized frozen food, because prior to that, everything was home cooked, even for a long time after that. But in 1962, Swanson stopped using the name TV dinner, but in the U.S., the term remains synonymous with any prepackaged dinner purchased frozen from a store and heated at home. Now, when they first started it, they came out with a TV dinner for a Thanksgiving meal that was turkey, cornbread dressing, peas, and sweet potatoes. That's actually really the only one I will ever eat, and I don't like the dark meat turkey. It's one piece of white meat, and I do like the peas and the mashed potatoes. It's not delicious, but sometimes you just crave weird things.
Sure.
Yeah,
But I don't like.
Maybe you just add some salt in
I don't like the cornbread dressing either. So I have like pretty much 2 bites of turkey, and it's 2 spoons of potatoes, and that's it.
Well, that's pretty much what you eat every day anyways, so you're full on that, I'm sure.
Just not the TV dinner version. The original tray was made of aluminum, and each food item had separate compartments. The dinner had to be heated in the oven and took about 25 minutes to cook.
Wow.
And today, most frozen food trays are made of microwavable safe material, and the original product sold for 98 cents. Now you can find the same price, though.
The same price,
just based on mass production.
Yeah.
And
That's kind of scary.
now, to their surprise, Swanson far exceeded, this is what I like, the amount. They ordered 5,000 dinners. That's what their original run was going to be. And to their surprise, the first year they sold more than 10 million of them.
my.
People
It's
were-
convenient.
It
It
is.
is.
People were always
convenience.
looking for a way to simplify everything. Now you have all these cooking shows that 30-minute meals, 15-minute dinners, 20 minutes from start to scratch.
Well, and a
start
lot
to
of
finish.
people do their own version of a TV dinner or meal prep. So, if they do it all on Sunday and they have their lunches for the week, so they're not having to opt for those easy, convenient meals that probably really are not really good for you.
The best thing for you.
Yeah,
You know exactly what you're putting in the meals you're preparing yourself.
Exactly. And
So-
with a lot of the pre-processed stuff, you don't know exactly what you're going to get. And you're right. I love that you mentioned sodium. It was off the charts. When I started really looking at my labels, in 2012 was the year.
I remember.
I would be in the store, and it wasn't the calories or the fat or
it was the
anything else. It was the
sodium.
sodium, because my doctor said try and cut your sodium back. He didn't give me a number, but I took that to say, zero's got to be good. But sodium's naturally occurring in a lot of stuff.
It is.
And you need to read your labels and educate yourself, especially if you're looking at controlling blood pressure.
It was funny because I would bring, I would have, a snack or thing, or even the candies because I would leave you trails of candies. She would look at the package to see how much sodium was actually in those. I'm like, Jennifer Buck.
I'm a killjoy. I'm sorry. I am.
Eat that one yellow Skittle. Just eat it.
You'll be
Promise.
okay.
You'll be okay.
Teresa likes to use peer pressure a lot when she's making me eat things around here.
Because I know you enjoy them, and you are very good with your diet. Well, and I don't want to call it a diet because it's become
your life choice.
It's become a life choice for you, and you do very well with it. But I know there's certain things that I make and things like that I know you enjoy.
Yes,
so.
in moderation, as with anything else.
Yes.
But there will be a trail of yellow Skittles or yellow Starburst, and I know those are for me.
Those are for you.
Left in random places around the station.
They're places I know we both go to. Production, my desk, your desk, wherever I know that you're going to be there.
Pens are mine for the taking, as are yellow candy.
Yes.
All right,
That's why we fit so well, because I don't eat the yellows.
all right, let's do our Firehouse Subs birthday shout-outs, because we have quite a list of those today.
We do.
The Firehouse Public Safety Foundation saves lives through donation grants, and when you buy more subs, you help save more lives.
That's right.
Such a wonderful message there. Lots of birthdays on our list today. A wonderful friend in the Yuma community, Stephanie Wooldridge, is celebrating today. She is my neighbor's oldest daughter.
Oh.
And this sweetheart, I've known her since
such
she
a
was,
sweetie.
oh my goodness, her mid-teen years. Shelly Griffith is celebrating today, and Shell Bell, that's what we call her.
Yeah.
And she's kind of an extended member of our family. Just a wonderful young lady. Happy birthday, Shelly.
Happy birthday.
And from Helping Hands, Carol Brown is celebrating her birthday today. Genesis Canizales is also on our list, along with Debbie Morgan, another longtime friend, and Casey Shepard,
Yep.
Tracy Keith, Randall Dorsey, Julie Brown,
Julie is she. You know what? She has been a part of the community for a very long time. She was a school teacher here for many years, and she actually moved away to California. But she's still in our hearts, and I know that she has touched many kids' lives here in Yuma. So happy birthday, Julie!
And how do you say that last one?
Eric Wolvakalva. He is one of our local monsters.
Seems like we have so many local monsters. We have a local monster birthday a day almost.
Just like my cousins.
Exactly.
It's not my cousin, it's a local monster. I also have a very, very special birthday shout out I'd like to give. I want to give a special shout out to the handsome Kenny McKay. I know he is a listener. He listens every single day, but I want to wish him a very happy birthday from us here at Today in Yuma, and also from your beautiful wife Jan. And she says you're for today and probably for a couple months until her birthday, you're only 1 year younger than her. Only 1 year. So happy birthday, Kenny.
You're a younger man, huh?
And you know what? We also have a birthday from our Diamondbacks team.
Whose birthday's today?
Goldie, our first baseman.
Oh, Goldschmidt celebrating today.
Yes.
And he's also the nominee for the, remember what it was?
It's Robert.
No, there's no, it's not, it's an award.
It's an award. Now you're going to make me go look.
Ah, darn it. I got a press release the other day. I shared it. They did a big presentation at the game on Saturday.
They did.
All right, you look that up, and I will have Anita pick today's winner for the Firehouse birthday shout out. Now, one person will win a free medium sub, chips, drink, and a dessert. And I apologize, the font is very small. It's okay. But Anita has really good vision.
Goldie is the. Congrats to Goldie on his 5th straight nomination for the Roberto Clemente Award.
There you go. All right. Okay. All right.
Kenny Mack.
Kenny Mack is
No.
our winner.
Oh. Skylar says Kenny Mack.
Oh.
No.
Our winner is Crystal Carrillo.
Well, congratulations, Crystal. You have won a free medium sub, chips, drink, and a drink from Firehouse Subs.
And dessert.
And a dessert.
If you want to enter your birthday or someone else's, just go to monstermediayuma.com, click on the Today in Yuma tab, look for the Firehouse Celebrate banner, and fill out that quick little form. Again, it can be your own birthday. No problem with that.
No judgment here. And we do have another Firehouse giveaway going on, correct?
We do. It's the Firehouse Sub Platter, and it's an $80 value. It's a great way for you to win some brownie points in the office or with the family.
Exactly.
And that's a super easy one to enter. Just text the keyword Firehouse, all one word, FIREHOUSE, to 928-343-0993. We pick the winner for that on Friday. You can enter as often as you like, but please text responsibly. And what do they get with that platter?
They get a sub platter that feeds about 10. You get 10 cookies, 10 chips, and a gallon of drink, whether it be iced tea or lemonade. So it is a great value. Like I said, you can treat the office, or if you don't feel like cooking, you can treat the family and probably a neighbor too.
All right, it's Today in Yuma. Time to take a break so we can have Judy and Carolyn join the show. It's brought to you by Classic Accounting. They have over 30 years of experience and knowledge, and you can trust Classic Accounting with your business, payroll, and monthly bookkeeping needs. Just give them a call at 343-1040.
And Sprague Sports, they are your dove hunting headquarters. It is right now, it's the 16th annual Glock Perfection Sale. Best selection, lowest prices, all the new models, plus the blue label guns too. You can find Sprague's on 32nd Street next to Lowe's.
And if your air system has to work harder due to a clogged filter, it may lead to premature wearing down of different components. So don't forget to regularly swap out your air filters. Quick refrigeration, you can visit getcoldquick.com.
And our friends over at Advocate Pest and Wildlife Specialists, they wanted to remind you that skunk season is here. Skunks from local residential homes have been relocated this week by their technicians who are licensed with the Arizona Game and Fish Department for safe, humane wildlife relocation. If you happen to stumble upon one of these stinky varmints, all you need to do is give Advocate Pest a call today at 928-343-9149. Better yet, go like them on Facebook.
It's Today in Yuma. We'll be back after the break on Z93, Outlaw Country, and Facebook Live. Varmints. Channeling Yosemite Sam.
I was trying to think about another different word.
Varmints works just
One
fine.
of these smelly kitties.
Hi, come on in. I'll have you ladies sit over there in the corner.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You bringing them in? Oh, I was like, what is she doing? How are you today?
Great. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Great. Happy to be here.
Awesome.
I've got a minute and a half.
Okay. So,
Good morning, Kathy. We have Facebook Live viewers on our camera over
Hi,
there.
Kathy.
If you want to grab the microphones, you can grab it right here and pull it right on close to you there.
And they're on the back page. Okay. Karen sent me some info.
Nice. Oh, here we go.
Forgot to get my water.
This has been my best friend this weekend along with my tissues.
have allergies?
I thought it was allergies, but it just started to develop into more of like a pressure up in here. And so I fought it all weekend with the Zycan swabs and emergency, and I feel much better. My throat's not hurting because it was draining. Oh, it was a mess, but I'm much better now. Much better now. I know
The
it's
seasonal
allergy season.
shift
Yeah, my
isn't
poor son
helping.
his allergies are really bad. Janice, you need to grab that? Mom, oh, sure.
And we need to double check spot 2 out of the 3 you sent me. She can't open it for at home.
Weird.
So I
Okay.
just grabbed him and drug him.
I'll check. I loaded it already too.
Okay. Right over.
All right, we ready?
Yep.
Oh, we still got 30 seconds.
After a Fun Factory.
Mm-hmm.
Like I hear a little voice.
Mia brought her little girl.
A little voice, is that what you
It's
said?
like I hear a little voice. I love those little voices.
I think she's 3. She's so cute.
All right, here we go. All right, are we ready? Okay, here we go.
Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
We are live on Z93 and Outlaw Country Radio, but you can always watch the show on Facebook Live during the show, but you can go back after we're finished and play the entire thing.
That's right. It usually is, the day show's usually up for about 24 hours, except for Friday's show. It gets a little extra loving because of the weekend. But you can always go there, or if you don't have access to Facebook to watch us on Facebook Live, you can always watch us on YouTube.
That's right. Our guests up in the studio now, we have Carolyn Bennett and Judy Gresham. We're going to talk about the little free pantries that the Yuma Center for Spiritual Living has. Thank you so much for coming in, ladies.
It's our pleasure.
It certainly is.
All right. Well, we first heard about these a few weeks ago, and I love that you have such a support system surrounding your organization that people got out there and started doing photos and video and sharing and spreading the word about this. Now, tell us a little bit about the little free pantries.
Carolyn, why don't you take it away?
It is a nationwide
Movement.
project. But we had a volunteer who created the box for us, who painted it beautifully and brought it and set it up. And we just started getting foods and filling it and trying to figure out what were the best things to put in it as far as who might be using it. And it started that way. It's our community outreach, and we hope that actually, because there's such a need in Yuma, that other organizations might pick up a cue from us and put one in front of their organization or office building or in the parks or wherever they could put one.
And from these we've seen in the past, we've seen the little free libraries and the little pantry, but not a combination of both.
Oh, yes, it's very nice. We put upbeat books in it, things that are
Positive.
positive, and they take the books, and the food is cleaned out every day.
Every single day?
So that just shows that there.
Sometimes twice a day.
Yes.
Really, that just shows that there is a need for it. I know that I initially saw it on social media. I think it's a great way to, a craft for the kids, to something for them to be passionate about. Whether it's, obviously creating it, because a lot of times it's the old like magazine racks with the doors on them and things. But I think it's a great project for them, because not only will they get to do the craft, hands-on craft and things, but it will also teach them to help maintain it. What are they putting in there? How often are you switching it out? Just kind of giving them some responsibility to it. Where your guys is located, I think is great, because you guys are more on the north end of town.
Right, and there's a lot of foot traffic. We're right across the street from Roxaboxen Park, by the way, and not far from downtown. So there's quite a lot of foot traffic. And we've seen pregnant women open the box and take
Wow.
food. I mean, people who really do need the support.
And if it's being cleaned out more, twice
Yeah.
a day, sometimes there obviously is a need. And this isn't designed to replace any the Yuma Community Food Bank or anything else.
Not at all.
It's
No,
a
no.
supplemental type of availability.
It's neighborhood support. Right.
Yes.
And who actually stocks it?
We do.
Basically, Judy and I and someone else from our organization, Sheila Abrams, and who's also a big donor. And speaking of donors, I would just like to say that if people come and donate food and they want to bring us their receipt and give us their name and address, we can enter it in our accounting system as a nonprofit, as an in-kind donation.
Okay.
And at the end of the year, they would get a tax write-off.
Oh,
fantastic.
I love that.
And, I wanted to say, answer the question a little more fully. We physically stock it, but we have donors who supply us with the foodstuffs that go in there. So, and that's what we hope today, is that people, it will speak to their hearts, and they will consider donating to this
What
pantry.
kind of things are there? Obviously, you said there's books, but what kind of foods do you have in there? And how is it something that they can be easily opened? Is it something they can
Yes.
take, or how does that work?
In fact, we really do encourage those easy top open cans.
Okay.
And we have a trash can right there, and there's evidence that people actually stop, get something to eat, and then put the stuff in the
garbage.
can.
And there's a
So-
can opener attached to the
There
receptacle
is.
also, so
There is.
people
Yeah.
can, if it's not a pop-top can and they are very hungry, they can eat it right there by using the can opener.
So we always have peanut butter and crackers, but breakfast bars, power bars, which gives them good protein. They always go quickly. We put in water and
Canned fruit.
canned foods that they can just open and start eating. And they leave the can there and they go on their way. I've seen them stop by if I'm there working. I've seen people walk up to it and stand there and eat their food and go on their way.
And sometimes knock on the window saying, "The pantry's empty, are you planning to fill it soon?"
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
I know.
But I love the direction though, with, kind of giving some of the ideas that are very popular there in case someone wants to help out.
Chili, SpaghettiOs, things that are substantive, and we'll fill them.
Oh, okay.
Soups,
So,
Soups,
so
yes.
vegetables, and fruit.
basically non-perishable foods during the summer, and then in the wintertime, do you get produce, some of the fruits and things that come from our
We
farmers?
haven't been in existence through a winter yet.
Oh, really? Okay.
We think that is exactly what will happen.
And
What-
if you're watching Facebook Live right now, Darren just shared a link to a tour of the little free pantry. If you'd like to go and watch that after the show's done, just to get an idea, the visual that shows you where it's at, and he does a great little job with that tour. But because you mentioned water, we have a jar here throughout the summer. We collect money when people say HOT. They drop in a quarter. It's primarily us. Jimmy from Quick Refrigeration made a nice sizable contribution.
We have some guests that know that jar is there, and will purposely drop that word so that they can put some quarters in there.
We're probably going to extend it just through the actual official start of fall, so we have a few more weeks of that. But I think we have enough in there right now, probably for 2 more cases of water. So we'll give that to you ladies before you
yes,
leave.
definitely.
We were able to purchase over 40 cases of water that we spread through several other nonprofit organizations that do provide water to the vulnerable community throughout the warm summer months.
Well, can we tell you a little bit about the Yuma Center for Spiritual
Yes,
Living?
please do.
Carolyn do that.
Well, we have been in existence at our location since 1976, and it's right at the corner of 2nd Avenue and 8th Street. And we are just a very positive, loving group of people, like-minded people who come on Sundays and to other events, and
Meditation on Thursday
meditation
nights.
on Thursday nights at 7 is popular, and it's just, for me, although I've toured many different so-called religions or whatever, spiritual seekers will find that the positivity of our message is compatible with the way they think.
You walk in the doors and you feel love. I'm
Yes,
not kidding.
it's very loving. and that is the main thing, isn't it, all love?
And it's at 781 South 2nd Avenue. Actually, it's the corner of 8th Street and 2nd Avenue, right across from Roxy.
Yeah, I love Roxaboxen is a great landmark.
It
It's
is.
easy-
It
it's
definitely
easy.
is.
It's easy to spot. And Beverly Leonard said, I love that Yuma CSL is my spiritual home. Love Carolyn and Judy. And she tagged both of you, so.
Oh,
Nice. That
That's
is so
great.
cool.
Yes.
So, if we have anybody listening that like to make a donation, how do they go about doing that for the pantry?
Well, on Tuesday and Wednesday mornings, we are actually in the office, and that would be a great time.
Okay.
Or if there's nobody there, we're sporadically there during the week, and of course on Sunday, but they can leave food outside as well,
Or
Okay.
they can put it right in the box.
or they can put it right in the box. And
Now, if someone does have a slightly more sizable donation, can they reach out to? Is there a way for you to store that somewhere?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
We will look after that.
we have a pantry for our little pantry.
Perfect.
That is
And how do they reach you?
They can call us at 928-782-7885. I hope that's correct. With cell phones, nobody knows phone numbers anymore. But just look up the Yuma Center for Spiritual Living, or they can email us as well, CJ Bennett at yumacsl.com.
Now, I'm sorry, really quick. Does the pantry also need utensils or anything else like that?
in fact, we get them at Smart and Final. They're pre-wrapped with a napkin and a fork and a
Okay.
spoon.
Would you
perfect.
take donations of those items, though?
Absolutely.
All right.
That, it's all wonderful.
And we would like to talk about your donation, which was
Yes,
such
thank
a
you.
fabulous idea. They have created these wonderful feminine hygiene bags
Yeah.
that we will have for women, and that is such an important thing for especially women who are living on the street. Or
We were discussing that recently. Teresa heard a story of a woman outside a local retailer who was looking for donations so she could purchase,
Feminine hygiene
that
products,
item.
yeah.
And we hadn't really ever thought about that element of homelessness.
Right.
And we spoke about it on the show and had many wonderful donations come in. We've given quite a few to Crossroads Mission because that is a big hit for them too. They have to purchase those items. We have some for Safe House, and then once we learned about the little free pantry, what a wonderful idea to also
we
put
made
some of
little
those in there.
bags, and it's got a little bit of everything in there. That way, hopefully it will get them through, that time of need. Gosh knows that I would not want to have to
No kidding.
think about that when I'm, trying to find food or, trying to find a safe place to lay my head. So that was not only from us, but it was from the community donations that we received here as well. So we're just passing it
We
on.
just did the labor.
We're trying to, we give it to the people that are in need, and I think it's a great resource with your pantry. I think that's a great place to put it.
Thank you so
It's
much.
perfect.
Thank
All
you.
right. Well, again, if you're interested in helping in any way, you can call 782-7885 or reach out to them on Facebook. They're pretty quickly
Yes.
to respond, and they will be more than happy to work with you. Again, that's the Little Free Pantry, books and non-perishable food items, utensils, and we'd love to see this project grow to possibly several receptacles around the community.
It would be great. And I want to mention, too, Darren pointed out to us that people should not be concerned that the food that they're donating, could make someone sick and they wind up being sued. Because there is, you're protected by the Bill Emerson Good Samaritan Food Donation Act of 1996. I was very interested to read that.
Absolutely. So donors are protected by that.
Exactly right.
All right,
Exactly
great.
right.
Great information, ladies. Thank you so much. Again, you can find that at the Yuma Center for Spiritual Living across from Roxa Boxen Park. It is time to take our Lotus Day Spa and Salon selfie with these ladies out in the courtyard. Again, we encourage anyone, if you're able to do so, it's another very worthwhile cause in the community to help out.
And if all else fails, just bring it to us. We will make sure to get it to them when they're at the office.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
welcome.
It's today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and the show is brought to you by Classic Accounting. Dave and his crew have over 30 years of experience and knowledge, and you can trust them with your business payroll and monthly bookkeeping needs. Just give them a call at 343-1040.
And Sprague Sports. Sprague's is one of the largest distributors of ammunition in Yuma. Get your Federal, Remington, and Winchester. They also specialize in ammo for agricultural-related bird control. You can find Sprague's on 32nd Street next to Lowe's.
And did your AC go out at midnight or break on the warmest day of the year? No worries. Quick Refrigeration provides 24-hour emergency service. Just give them a call at 782-3691. They've been heating and cooling the Yuma area since 1955.
And Yuma's best advocate pest and wildlife specialists. They are locally owned and have been providing pest control services in the Yuma area for over 20 years. They are licensed with the Arizona Game and Fish Department for safe, humane wildlife relocation. You can give them a call today at 928-343-9149. Better yet, go like them on Facebook.
It's today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, and Facebook Live.
Alrighty, ladies.
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Jennifer.
You're very welcome.
Very cool. Actually,
Morning, Alyssa. Oh, we need to grab your donations too. Do you want to grab
right.
your donations?
They're right there on the
Great work, ladies.
We thought we would open one up and have some keep a sample so that we can.
Oh, yeah. Here, you want to hold them on in the picture?
right on over here next to us. We have to get the good lighting.
Yes. You're going to look right here, ladies.
Right up there.
Ready? Smile. There we go.
thank you.
Thank you.
That was smart. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks for your help.
Thanks,
Very
ladies.
welcome. You ladies have a great day. We'll see you later.
Okay. Thank you.
Should have brought the bitch over. I didn't know if she was going to have her with her or not.
Go right on over
morning.
there.
I'm sorry. Good morning. Good morning. How are you this morning?
We're gonna grab her a chair real quick.
Okay. I like your bumblebees. Those are fun.
You want to have a seat over here? You can read over here.
I guess this one's left for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can put it up on the table or the desk.
Here.
You can put your cup up. It's fine.
It just rolls
Alyssa
over my
says
little
hi,
one.
Mom.
She was.
Laura. Alyssa says hi, Mom. She's watching on Facebook.
Oh, I know. She said to tell you guys hi.
It's hers, yeah.
She was going to come down here when she drink if you want to drink. Okay.
She should have. She could have.
I know. She just would have said, "Come say hi."
Those are cool.
We accept all hugs
Exactly.
From anyone.
from anyone.
She's welcome anytime.
We're all about positivity and love
Oh,
here.
and Allison Walter says hi, Mom.
Oh,
And
hi, Allison.
And Farrah says hi, Mom, too.
You have
A following.
yes,
You have your fans. Yeah. They're my daughters.
I know Farrah from the hospital.
Yes, of course.
All right.
We're going to move this.
We'll make it a little bit
virtually
cooler
there.
in here.
Hi, Miss Emmy. She's like, what is going on?
The door's opening.
There's a little
It's-
info, kind
yeah.
of page 4
It's
and
heavier
5.
and it goes towards the
I'm
wall because it's
virtually
heavy.
So silly.
So you ladies will share this mic.
This one?
Yeah, these two, and then you have yours right in front of
Okay,
you.
we can just take that right over there.
One of those balls you put on your nose.
It's just, yeah.
Right? We do have the red nose in support of hunger action.
There we go. See?
All right, we ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
We have a studio full of lovely ladies here with us this morning on the show on Z93 in Outlaw Country. We have Patty joining us. Hello, Patty.
Hi, Jennifer.
We also have Mia Jones joining us.
Hello.
Patty, how do you say your last name?
Sirkin.
Sirkin. I guessed and I was right. Okay. And then
Don't be afraid of the
yeah,
microphone.
we can ladies too. And then no stranger to the Yuma community, the lovely Lora Dana.
Hi, Jennifer. And Teresa.
Good morning. We're doing
We
well.
are good. Now, we have you ladies here today because September is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month. And we are going to have you ladies share some great information and your journeys and some of the things you've experienced, if you don't mind.
No, that's why we're here.
All right.
To make people more aware.
All right, go ahead. Patty, go ahead and pull that a little bit closer to you.
Ovarian cancer is one of those diseases, they call it the whisper disease, because they tend to not find it until late in the stages of the cancer. I was diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer in July of 2016, and I've been through 2 rounds of chemotherapy. I had been in remission for 9 months, and now it's back again. And I am on chemo, or oral chemo, and probably will be for the rest of my life, or until it doesn't work any longer.
Okay, and because they call it the whispering disease, what does that mean?
The symptoms are very subtle. You might not necessarily notice them right away. I was diagnosed, it took them 5 months to diagnose my cancer. I was diagnosed with everything from a urinary tract infection to gallbladder stones to diverticulitis to everything you can possibly think of that may be related to your abdomen.
So why was it so hard for them to find?
Because it starts out as very minute particles. It's like a dandelion, and when the dandelion turns white and you blow it, the particles for the ovarian cancer are those little tiny particles, and they can go in all different directions.
Oh my goodness.
Mine went all the way up into my abdomen and into my omentum, and I looked like I was 9 months pregnant
Oh my goodness.
when I was first diagnosed, and I was given 6 weeks to live, and that's been 2 years. I've been fighting for 2 years now, so it's very hard to diagnose.
And the symptoms might present differently in different women,
Yes,
though, correct?
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had none of those. I just had a sharp pain in where I would, my ovary would be, but I was in menopause, so thought, okay, what happened? What caused it? Something kinked. And when I went to the doctor, luckily they did an internal ultrasound and found a mass. So I didn't go through what Patty went through, at least, but mine was also diagnosed as stage 4 once I had a PET scan.
Okay,
Yeah, it
because
is.
it was late detection.
Yes.
Yeah, and I had the same symptoms as Patty did. I just went from being healthy and exercising and just having a normal life to a week later I looked like I was about to have a baby, and that's literally what drove me to the ER. And I kept telling my husband, I go, I don't have any symptoms. Like, I just look like I'm gonna have a baby. And that's when they found out that it was already, mine was stage 3 when they found out. The percentage, 15% will be diagnosed in the early stage. The other 85 will be on the late stage, which it's really sad because the later the stage is, the less lifespan that you get given.
The more
Correct.
challenging
Yeah,
it is.
the more
to-
challenging it is. Yes. So
Yeah.
it is, and the symptoms can go from being just bloated or fatigue.
They're what every woman goes through.
Which is the normal symptoms. As a woman, you put them aside and you
Yeah.
just think, oh, it's my menstrual cycle, or I'm just a mom. I'm
just
tired all the
tired.
time, and we don't pay attention to the symptoms. And there's no test so far that can be done to detect ovarian cancer.
So with our well visits that we go to every year, there's nothing that can detect those?
No.
No, the only thing they can do is a blood test, the CA-125.
Right.
Which can be false sometimes, but it can be a detector. I mean, I know, I think we all still get that done.
Yes.
We get it done, but that's something that your doctor's not going to require for you to get done, not unless there's any history in your family of
Is that
breast
something
cancer.
you can request?
Oh, well, the thing that now that's great now is there's the genetic markers they're able to test for, and I think all three of us are BRCA1 positive.
And BRCA2 positive.
You're BRCA2, okay, which all lends it's a mutation in your gene that can be passed down, and now they're able to find it, and a lot of, like, I have a daughter, one of my daughters, Farah, who is positive, Alyssa's negative, but you can go in and they can proactively have a hysterectomy with their ovaries out or a mastectomy, and more women are doing it. It's very, it's just something that at least it makes you feel in control, where pretty much when we were diagnosed, we didn't have any clue.
Well, is it more insurance friendly these days too?
Yes.
Because I know that was a big concern years ago, where
Yes.
it was so expensive, and insurance, you
Yes.
know, it was challenging.
Well, and there was
now, for example, my kids can get tested and they can get approved to get covered 100%. Just because I do have the gene
Yes.
and I tested positive, my parents were able to get tested, and my kids will be able to get tested. But I think now even the 23andMe DNA testing that you can get done, they can do the BRCA mutation as well.
I'm glad you ladies explained too that the annual well woman exam.
Yeah,
It
was,
doesn't,
just-
yeah.
yeah.
It has- and I mean, I was very, very good about having yearly exams no matter what, because my mother passed away from cancer when she was 51. And we didn't know what type, but one doctor said he thought it was ovarian, but they couldn't identify where it came from in
Right.
those days. But then my grandmother, her mother, had two sisters die of ovarian cancer. So now with the testing, my grandmother lived to be 93. So it doesn't mean 100%, but now we've tested a lot of people. There were 11 children in that family, and now all the different cousins we found. So many of them are being tested now, and the test is much more affordable, and insurance will cover it most of the time.
Cindy is asking how much the test costs, and I think that's going to vary.
Yes, I don't think
I've heard from $99 to $150, but I mean it varies for insurance.
But a few years ago, it was like a $3,000 test.
was-
There was
it was
only
very
one
expensive.
place in the country that did it, and it was extremely expensive, and insurance would not, no matter what, wouldn't touch it.
And Laura, you've been in remission how long?
7 years?
Awesome.
7 years.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
awesome.
I know it. I count my blessings every day.
Oh, absolutely.
And but you still worry. I think
yeah.
the survivor, we were just discussing this, is when you're out of treatment, it's almost scarier than when you're doing treatment.
because you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, maybe.
and you feel like you're doing nothing to prevent it,
Right.
or to
Yeah, because we don't have enough knowledge today to say these are the steps we can take.
Exactly.
If you have heart disease and you know that cholesterol is the cause, there's things that you can do to prevent that from happening. But like the wellness checks, just check for cervical cancer. That's it. And so it's one of those, you go, what can we do to be preventative or have preventative care to take care of ourselves? And it becomes very challenging. So I understand that mentality.
So for maybe listeners out there that have daughters and they are going to their well visits and things, and they could either have the BRCA gene in them, is this something that's hereditary? Is this something they can ask for just so we can protect our girls, and try to get this detection early on instead of having to wait until it's too late?
Until it's a later stage.
I believe if there's history of breast cancer or ovarian cancer in your family, that's something that you can request to be tested for that gene, because there's a possibility that somewhere in that family the gene it's there, so they can request to be tested. As of what other tests can be done, to be honest, I don't think there's any other
until there's
tests
not.
symptoms.
until there's symptoms, and that's why it's so important for people to. There's so very little awareness when it comes to ovarian cancer, because it's not as
It's not as studied as some of the other
exactly, because there's not a lot of
knowledge behind
knowledge
it.
exactly to know exactly what to look for. So just knowing the symptoms and being your own advocate, I think is very important too, because with Patty, it took her 5 months to be diagnosed, and she had all the symptoms, and it was just being misdiagnosed with different diseases when she couldn't just be diagnosed in an early stage
Started treatment sooner.
and started
Right.
treatment sooner. Exactly.
And the other part too is, I think if you have a mother, an aunt, a grandmother, someone who's had breast cancer or ovarian cancer, ask your doctor for the test because any insurance will cover it now.
Mhm.
And at least even if you have no symptoms and you don't have anything, you can take proactive measures. I mean, you can have a hysterectomy
Absolutely.
and make sure they take your ovaries out, which lowers your risk drastically.
And I'd like to think that we're becoming more acceptable as a society for elective type procedures. I have two separate friends who had the markers. Their mothers had breast cancer, and they opted for mastectomies.
Yes.
And the challenges they went through, even in the last 5 years, were horrific. The way a society treated them too. Well, I can't believe you did that on purpose.
Right.
Well, because I want to live longer, and this helps me achieve that goal by doing so. And it's not their body; it's your body.
And,
you have the right to
and
make
if you
that
do a
choice.
mastectomy before you have any cancer, a lot of times it's much easier on your body. They're able to, save parts of the breast. I mean, it's just a easy.
It's come a long way.
And they do great,
And
Reconstruction.
Alyssa says we made a cancer family tree and it was very helpful. That is a wonderful idea.
We did. We mapped it all out. It was amazing. And so that's another thing that families can do.
And Mia, were you diagnosed before you had your daughter or after?
Emma was one
Okay.
when I was diagnosed. I was only 37. So I'm about to be 40, and I was only in remission, what they don't call remission, is no evidence of disease for 3 months. When I went for my 3-month checkup, it's when they told me that the cancer was back. And I've been going under chemo. It's going to be a year already. And I'm in the same boat as Patty. I'm just going to keep going until either my body can respond to the chemo anymore or a new clinical trial shows up.
Well, I love that you've shared your journey. You've been very open about it on
Yes.
social media. That's how I've been able to follow your story.
Yes.
And Laura's too. And Patty, you're one of my newer friends. But do you feel that it's been sort of therapeutic in the process to be able to share that with people?
I've always been very open, and I feel like the more open I am about it, the more I accept the fact of what's happening in my life. And I just want to enjoy life. I think the reason why I share my journey is because I want to show people that you can still enjoy life even though you're going through a struggle like
Exactly.
mine. I'm constantly fighting for my life. I'm constantly have that reminder in my head that I was told, 10 months ago that I only had less than a year to live. So for me to be here every day and be able to enjoy my kids and be able to share my journey with other people, I'm kind of sharing that you need to enjoy life no matter what, that you need to enjoy the
Treasure
moment
each
and
moment,
just treasure
yeah.
each moment because
Absolutely.
And we have to thank you, ladies, too, because even though you're going through this, you're doing what you can to help other women realize that this is a real risk that's out there that is, like you said, it's a whisper. You don't know anything. You don't know it until it's almost too late. So the fact that you guys are bringing awareness to this, I am very thankful for, because we don't think about those types of things. Like you said, we deal with regular things on a regular basis, and all it's just something that's normal.
Yeah.
Sarah Wright, she's with Hope Brigade. We love
Yes.
Sarah.
Oh.
She says, love you three so much, so inspiring.
I love you too,
They're
Sarah.
so strong, and again, you're very inspiring, because this is going to, make us think twice. Maybe this isn't something that should be really. This isn't something that's just normal,
Right.
And inspire people to ask for that test and what the test they can do actually to find out if that gene is something that you're susceptible to, and that, I think, is a first step that you can take.
Well, and early detection saves lives.
Yes.
Early
And,
detection absolutely saves
I
lives.
think all of us feel the same way. It's that this is the best we can do, is share our story and give people hope that are diagnosed, because
Right.
my doctor told my husband 3 months before I went into remission that I had probably 8 months to live.
Oh my goodness.
And that was in 2011. So darn it, I proved it wrong. And that's what she tells me. And she's like, it's funny, Mia and I have the same doctor. I don't even think we knew it before.
No, not until we met in
met.
person.
It's a small world. Now, Patty, are you the one you want to talk about the Cancer Center?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and slide that mic over. We have just a few minutes left, but we want to share what we can.
I've done all of my treatments here locally at the Cancer Center. I can't say any bad things about them at all. I want to give a shout out to the Cancer Resource Center, which is located in the Cancer Center. A lot of people with any kind of cancer can go there. You don't necessarily have to have ovarian cancer or breast cancer, but they're a group of women. All the volunteers have had some type of cancer. They're there to help cancer fighters and cancer survivors, and they have all kinds of good things there that they can help out with. I'd also like to give a shout out to the Hope Brigade and all the good things that they do. They're our cancer support group. They have a membership at Fuel Fitness for anybody that has cancer or their caregivers. You can go there for free. The classes are on Thursday nights at 5:15 and on Saturday mornings.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, again, we cannot thank you ladies enough for sharing information about your journeys. You may have, you speak to a lot of people here between the Facebook Live and the radio stations, but if you reach one person who says, you know what, I need to get this checked out, I'm not exactly sure. Like you said, I kind of thought it was the normal stuff. I might be going through, female-related issues, but, better to be safe than sorry.
Right.
That's right.
One of the things you mentioned that I had a question on is one of the things that made you both go to the doctor was the fact that you looked like you were going to have a baby. So does your belly get that bloated?
I had 7 liters
Slide
of,
that over to me.
I had 7 liters of ascites, which is malignant fluid in my abdomen, and it kept growing. I could just see my stomach growing day by day. So I did look bigger than when I had my babies.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
know she had
How much
how
did
many
you have had?
how many
They
liters?
drained off almost 40 liters of fluid
my
off
goodness.
of my abdomen in two separate visits.
Is
But-
that because it had been kind of stretched out longer than it should have been for them?
Well,
hopefully.
no, this was prior to ever being diagnosed, and I kept telling the doctor something's wrong. I know something's wrong, and I don't mean to belittle the doctors who took care of me. It's something that they're just now becoming more aware of themselves.
Right.
And so it just took different doctors, and finally I went to the emergency room and I said, look, I'm 55 years old. I look like I'm 9 months pregnant. I'm not having a baby. You need to do something. And so when they drained the fluid, they did the CA-125, and mine was up in the 600s. And normal is 36 and below.
Well,
Oh, my.
we can't thank you ladies enough again for sharing your stories today. We will continue to keep you all in our thoughts and prayers. You're all wonderful women. And again, if just one person heard that message,
We
We're
can
changing
have just
our
one
lives.
person.
we're
It was
we're
that
till in
one.
September.
Till
Yes.
Tuesdays.
Till Tuesday.
Till
All
Tuesdays.
right. All right, we want to thank you so much, all of our guests today, Laura and Mia and Patty. It's time to take our Lotus Day Spa and Salon selfie out in the courtyard with all of you. We'll share more details, too, on our page as the month goes on. But again, if you think there might be something worth getting checked out, please go and do it.
Yes, definitely.
All right, Teresa and I are heading over to the Yuma International Airport. The plane's actually late, so Jen Gross said don't rush. So
Good.
we have a few
minutes.
a
to
few
get
minutes for
there.
us to get over there. We want to do the speed limit, and this is regarding the Orion space parachute. All right, it's Today in Yuma. We will see everyone tomorrow. It's Toro Tuesday with Arizona Western College. Stay tuned, plus more giveaways. KCYK Yuma and KLJZ Yuma. We'll do our selfie, and I'll flip the switch when that's all done.
Give me 40 seconds so
All
that I
right.
can start the break. We're multitasking.
All right, guys, have a great day.
You